Hello, Gigs Movie Page. This is Michael. I just wanted to say, hey, how you doing? I know I haven't been here for you guys. I'm sorry. It is 9:45 California time, and I am so sorry I have not done a review or been on the page as much as I like to. My personal life, I've been working my job so many hours. I've been working 60 hours a week, trying to get that overtime, and now that I have plenty of downtime, it's like, okay, I can focus on what's going on. I have three movie reviews, three of them. I've got Star Wars, I've got Wind River, and I've got a movie I'm going to talk about right now. Very briefly, it is called Bright, and it is a first ever big budget Netflix movie. It stars Will Smith, Joel Edgerton, Numi Rapace, Edgar Ramirez, Lucy Fry, and a whole bunch of other actor. Jay Hernandez has a small part in it, and so does Margaret Cho and Ike Barinholtz. Now, the reason why some of those names sound familiar is because David Ayer directed this movie, and he had just done Suicide Squad, he had done Under Watch and Fury, and he also wrote Training Day. So he's been doing a lot of big movies. So this kind of is like if you took Alien Nation and only instead of humans and newcomers, you added orcs and elves and little fairies. And then you also added with the grittiness of Training Day, the LAPD. What do we do now? Sorry. And so the movie's about a cop named Daryl Ward, played by Will Smith, who was shot in the line of duty. He has a nightmare about being shot by an orc. And then, of course, he wakes up and he actually was shot by an orc with a shotgun while his partner played Nick Jacoby, who is an orc, the only orc in the LAPD, played by Joel Edgerton, was getting lunch. So he's been plagued with that. He's been plagued with the fact that nobody likes the fact that an orc is an LAPD officer. And then, of course, his partners are people he knows who are cops, are racist, bigoted assholes who don't like the idea. He's not even too fond of the idea of being partnered with an orc because of the bullet wound. So while they're out and about doing rounds, they go to they get a distress call. They go check it out, and they're being shot at, and they end up killing the shooter. And then when they see this, there's a house full of guns, explosives, dead bodies, and then there's a young elf lady played by Lucy Fry who has a wand. Now, a wand in this universe is like a warhead. It can kill anybody unless you are a bright, and brights are special special beings. You can be the elf, you can be a human or an orc. Who, if they're a bright, they can control the wand. So, while this is happening, there's also two magic task force, which is like the ATF or magic agents trying to figure out what's going on. One of them is played by Edgar Ramirez, who is an elf with blonde hair, blue eyes, and he kind of looks more like Orlando Bloom. But you could tell by his thick Spanish accent. He's like, "Where is the wand?" What he says? And this partner, anyways, this pudgy looking dude, but he's actually played by Brad William Hinkey. Hankey, I think is how I pronounce his name. He was Coover on Justified season 2, and he was recently in the M Night Shyamalan movie Split as the abusive rapist uncle. So they're trying to track these guys down. While this is happening, an evil elf named Layla, played by Numi Rapace, who looked pretty damn good in that elf makeup, and her goons are trying to track the wand, find Tika, Lucy Fry's character, and also kill Ward and Jacoby. To make matters worse, a paraplegic gangster and his cholo buddies also want their hands on the wand too. So, yeah, everybody wants it. Truth is, I didn't know how I was gonna take this movie. I was like, oh, okay, so, you know, and to be honest, what I said earlier about it being Alien Nation meets Training Day. It's more Training Day than it is Alien Nation. I mean, yeah, we have orcs, we have fairies, and we have elves, but to be honest, it's like more the grittiness of it. So it's kind of a class system. The elf are the rich assholes, fairies are just nuisance, and the orcs are kind of like the I don't want to just straight up call them ghetto, but like they're kind of like looked upon as just ghetto, I guess is an easy way to say it. But the thing is, there's some of them have jerseys, some wear leather cuts, like bikers and gangbangers, and then you have the humans. So it's kind of like this whole hodgepodge in L.A. Me personally, I thought it was cool. I didn't know what to expect. It's a Will Smith movie, so obviously he's gonna get all the funny one-liners. And to me, I laughed because I said to myself, even though there are a lot of these actors, these international actors wearing prosthetic makeup, he's the only one not wearing makeup. He has a fade and his mustache. But then again, he's a star, so you can't you can't make him dress up like an elf or a goblin or what have you, because then people are like, hey, I wanted to see a Will Smith movie. Why the hell does he have all that prosthetic shit on him? He does an okay job. I mean, he just spends the time more angry and bitter, but I think it's because he did get shot with a shotgun, so he's kind of like that whole on edge against the guy who should have watched my back. People are giving him guff, so of course he's going to play an angry guy. I saw a little bit of that James Caan, Matthew Sykes character from Alien Nation. To me, the real standout is Joel Edgerton. I've seen him do all these little indie movies like It Comes at Night, which I thought was really lame, and all these other films. He was in Exodus, Gods and Kings, and that movie got lambasted because, hey, why are white people playing, Moses and Ramadan? So, to me, it was just, to me, I thought he was fantastic playing playing the orc, Nick, just playing like the whole, playing a serious role in that prosthetic makeup. I thought he was the best thing about the movie. Nimia Ponce, it's funny because she's Swedish, and yet in the movie she speaks in Spanish. I was like, dude, I'm blown away. She just spoke like a natural. She was fantastic playing the villain Layla. She moves around with knives, so she's deadly as sin. Lucy Fry, who I heard her name, I just haven't seen her in a movie. I thought she was great in this movie, playing the young Tika, the young lonely girl who only spoke in Elvish, and just frightened for her life. Well, who knows what happens. I'm not a fan of Margaret Cho, and in this one she just plays like, damn, I'm sorry. I wasn't a fan of Margaret Cho, and she kind of plays her character like a bitch. So I was like, I like Baron Holtz, who was in Suicide Squad as a bit of a joker. That's funny because in this one he has, last movie Will Smith put a gun to his head. In this one he's telling Will Smith, "You don't do it, I'll put a gun to your head." So there's a little, wink, wink right there. They just did okay. There's nothing big. And trying to think what else. Edgar Ramirez, again, he did a pretty good job. I was a fan of his for a long time, and after kind of doing the Roberto Duran movie, he's doing this. It's fine, but he looked too Orlando Bloomish. He didn't. I know he's playing an elf, but the thing is, again, you want an actor, you don't want to recognize them, and the thing is, when he opens his mouth and says words like, "Yeah, that's Edgar Ramirez," you can tell a little bit like it is him. And to me, I just thought he was gonna say something in Spanish like, I do this, I'm Roberto Duran, no mas. But like I said, everybody I thought did, everybody was so, okay. They did their jobs all right. Jerry Hernandez I thought was fantastic. It was funny seeing him with his hair back and his eyebrows back, as opposed to Suicide Squad when he played Diablo with the tattoos on his face and of course bald and the whole fire. So it would be nice to have a Margot Robbie cameo in the movie, but I can't do. She was busy doing her thing. So if you have Netflix, I recommend you watch this. It was a great movie. You can only watch it on Netflix, unfortunately, but I thought it was great. And David Ayer, I thought was cool. Unlike Suicide Squad, these guys say the word fuck like it's nobody's business. So yeah. So that being said, I recommend it. I still got 2 more movie reviews. I got Star Wars, The Last Jedi, and I got to do a movie that surprised me. My biggest surprise of 2017 I just saw recently was Wind River. So keep your eyes open for that. And then I'm also going to do a best and worst list of 2017. That's going to start either tomorrow or later this week. I promise, guys. Thank you all so much. Happy New Year.